Hey there, storytellers. Welcome back to my channel. So it is after 9 p.m. I'm not sure exactly what time it is because I can't see a clock right now. On Saturday, July 21st, I wanted to say September for some reason. And this is the official end to Biannual Bibliothon Summer 2018. I basically did the best that I could in terms of reading this week, but I just did not get a ton done. But I did get a lot more done than I usually do in a week, so I'm counting it as a big win. Whatever you see in this video is just the reading that I managed to get done for this week, crammed into like a day.
This is Audible.
Recorded books in one-click digital present Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. Narrated by Almarie Guerra. Part 1. The Bruja. Chapter 1. Follow our voices, sister. Tell us the secret of your death. Resurrection Canto. Book of Cantos.
I am at work and outside on my break. I have a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna eat my lunch, get some more reading done in the Wicked Deep. I'm counting today as my last sort of reading day, so when you see this will be up tonight, and that'll be everything that I've gotten read for this summer's Biannual Bibliothon. I'm gonna be pretty happy with how things turned out. I think, considering the notice that I had of it, which was about a day, I got a lot done. I did about 3 days of the video challenges, 3 of the Instagram ones, and then 2 blog ones. I just didn't have the time to pre-write or pre-film or pre-picture any of those things, so to do all of them on the days that they came up and to get them up sort of relatively in a timely fashion, I'm pretty happy with, and I really haven't had time to read. So the fact that I have finished 1 book already and am about halfway through The Wicked Deep, which was the group book, and a little bit more than halfway through Labyrinth Lost, which I originally was going to read but switched to the audiobook version just because I do have a bit more time to listen than I do to sit down and physically read. So I switched to that. So I'm a little bit more than halfway through with that, and I think I have about 3-ish hours left of that, thereabouts, maybe a little bit less. So I'll be able to get through that today, definitely, before this goes up, because I'm listening to it on double speed, which is a little bit weird when you first start, just because it sounds weird, but you get used to it after a while. And then I'm going to see how far I get through in The Wicked Deep, and if I can finish 3 books in 1 week, it'll be more than I've done in a very long time, and I'll be pretty happy with that. So I'm just gonna get to reading. Okay, so I just got to a really crucial, pivotal moment in The Wicked Deep where the main character, Boy, the main boy protagonist, Bo, reveals why he's in this very strange town. The main character, Penny, knew he was sort of lying and knew he was hiding his real reason for being there, and he just revealed it. He's a little under a trance at the moment, so I don't think he entirely realizes, but I think part of him does. I think part of him wants to reveal it to Penny finally to get help, now that he is in a bit of danger himself. But it's insane. It's a good little twist. It's definitely hinted at earlier on in the story, but it's kind of cool to get it confirmed because you never quite know for sure that that's what they're getting at. When they talk about Bo's brother, they sort of mention he used to be sort of a daredevil, reckless kind of kid. So to get confirmation about what really happens that you suspect all along is kind of cool. I'm really enjoying The Wicked Deep right now. It's giving me Salem vibes, Salem witch trial vibes. It's kind of cool because it's in Oregon, which is different, but it also sort of reminds me of Twilight because it's so close, which is kind of silly, I know, but I saw Miss Sassy Cassie's Forks reader vlog the other day, and that just got me on a need to watch Twilight. Every now and then I just need to relive it a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So the movies were on Amazon Prime, and I started watching them. I am also really loving Labyrinth Lost because the Bruja culture is just so rich and deep and full of legend and history, and it's something I really don't know about, and I really enjoy hearing it, and especially seeing it through the eyes of 2 different characters. Our main character, Alejandra, doesn't want to be a bruja. She's afraid of her powers. She doesn't like her powers. She wants nothing to do with it, which is the catalyst for the whole story. And it's interesting to hear her talk about it in sort of a non-believer kind of way, but a believer who has also seen it, so she knows it's real. She just doesn't really want it to be real for her personally. And to hear Nova, who is a boy she meets who is helping her sort of describe Brujo culture, which is just the male equivalent, in a very respectful way. He has a lot of deep feelings about it. He understands the sort of inner significance a little bit more than Alex does, I think. But they're a great little duo. Whether they're just friends or they become a little bit more than friends, I do not know. But I do like their sort of flip-sided duology going on there. So that's a lot of fun. I did manage to finish the challenge for reading an own voices novel for someone whose identity is different than yours. And for that challenge, I read Dear Martin by Nick Stone, and it was amazingly well written. It's a really moving and relevant story, especially in today's world, and I just really appreciated Nick's writing. She had such distinct voices for each of her characters that reflected where they came from in a way that was just very telling about people. I don't think a lot of us think about how ingrained thought processes and speech patterns and opinions are to us, but they are ingrained because we grow up with people who teach us those things. And the only way we grow as people is to actively challenge the thoughts of those people who brought us up in this world and challenge what we know as our reality and question whether or not that's right. And that's one of the big themes of that book. And I thought it was handled beautifully. I am still only about a little over halfway through Labyrinth Lost, but I'm excited to continue this story. Again, the characters have really strong voices, especially Alejandra, and it's just a really cool mystical story. So I can't wait to continue that. I'm really enjoying the narration. I switched to audiobook on that one instead of just reading it. So that was sort of a fun surprise, was finding a narrator whose voice I liked for the characters. I am still only last I checked in, I was just before halfway to the finish line on The Wicked Deep, which was the group read. I should mention Labyrinth Lost was to fulfill the challenge of reading something off of someone else's TBR list, and The Wicked Deep, like I said, was the group challenge. I'm now halfway through that one. I was a little bit less than halfway earlier when I checked in, but I really am loving it. Like I said, it reminds me of Salem, and I've been to Salem before, and I just really love that town. And I don't know if Sparrow, Oregon is a real place, but if it is, I wouldn't mind taking a field trip, at least just to see if there's anything like the setting described in the book, because it sounds very mystical and beautiful. I would like to challenge myself this way again, but with hopefully a little more notice and preparation. So when the winter Biannual Bibliothon week rolls around, I will be on the lookout for it a lot sooner in terms of announcements, so that I can sort of figure out what I want to do in relation to the challenges as best as possible, so that I am not struggling to think things up on the spot and film them and edit them and upload them on my really bad Wi-Fi that takes forever, so it uploads technically the next day when it should have been the day before. It's a whole thing. But yeah, that is it. Those are the book, I should say, that I finished for Summer Biannual Bibliothon. I am definitely going to challenge myself to at least finish those 6 in the coming sort of week or two until July ends. I also have a few other books that are on my summer TBR list that I was hoping to have gotten to by now, but I have not. So I'm going to challenge myself to finish as many of the things that I have mentioned on TBR lists by the end of July. So hopefully my July finishers video will be pretty packed. If you're interested in knowing more about what books that are on my TBR that I want to finish by the end of July that I am referencing here, you can check out my summer TBR video, my Arcs on my TBR video, and you can head to the description of any of the 3 Biannual Bibliothon videos, or actually 4, any of the 4 that I have actually posted for the challenge. In the description, each of them has a link to the blog post where I had explained what Biannual Bibliothon was, referenced the challenge information, and explained what books I was going to be picking to fulfill the challenge. So all of those are definitely ones that I want to get to by the end of the summer at least, but hopefully I at least round out the 6 that I wanted to read for Biannual Bibliothon by the end of July, along with a few others that are in my currently reading pile because I was reading them before I started the Bibliothon challenge, and now I'm going to sort of try to catch up on all of those things all at once. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun filming Biannual Bibliothon. It was a lot of work to try to cram into 1 week because I didn't have enough advance notice, and that is my own personal fault. Because I just wasn't following that until like the day before, like I said. So I had to cram, and it didn't work out cramming it into a small amount of time each day on top of other things that I normally have to do. But that's me wrapping it up. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by leaving a like down below. If you want to keep up with me and all my bookish challenges and adventures, you can go ahead and subscribe and ring the little bell so that you don't miss a beat. I'm out of here. I will catch you guys as soon as possible with a fun video that I'm very excited to film, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!